great evening, everybody. Come on in the room. Listen, welcome to the MOY with Dr. Vaughn. I am Dr. Shavonda Whitehead, and it is always my privilege and my honor to come and join you. Listen, tonight is the inaugural episode of the MOY podcast with Dr. Vaughn, owning your story with authenticity and boldness. And listen, I am super excited. Many of you have asked, what is the MOY all about? It's called the More of You. Literally to help you understand where you are now is not the end product. There is more of you to come. There is more of you to be unleashed. There is more of you to be unlocked. There is more of you for you to embrace. So listen, come on in the room. Come hang out with us. If you have not already done so, come on and share this. We want to be, we want to impact the lives of everybody. And listen, I'm super excited because I got one of my favorite good girls to come on my inaugural show. Because guess what? My birthday is Saturday. So what better way for me to kick off my celebration, but to celebrate birthing something that the Lord gave to me? Why? Not just for me. It is for me to actually share and help somebody else. Many of my mentees will tell you all the time, my motto is my journey is someone's freedom. And so instead of me just telling my journey, the Lord helped me to create this platform and this space so that not only my story, but the stories of many people can help you to own your story and unlock your authenticity and your boldness. So listen, thank you. Come on in the room and listen. So I want you, y'all already know who she is. We call her Pastor J, but I want y'all to know she's just not Pastor J. She's the author. She's the survivor. She's the coach. She's the mother. She's the wife. Look, she's your good girlfriend that's going to tell you like it is, but also be true to the end. So listen, what better person to bring when we talking about authenticity? So come on, help me welcome my friend and my sister, Pastor J.
Hey, sis. Hey.
So
congratulations.
Thank
and
you.
Happy early birthday. It's a celebration.
It's a celebration, boo. It's a celebration. And so listen, y'all, this is not scripted, just to let you know, this is about authenticity. Too often, we try to be scripted. We try to have it all figured out. But sometimes true healing, true wholeness has to come through an authentic, organic conversation.
Yes.
And guess what? That's what when you come to the MOY with Dr. Vaughn, you're going to get an authentic, organic conversation between me and my guest. So listen, let me tell you what the topic is tonight, in case you didn't see the flyer. It's called The Broken Pieces That Made Me Whole. What you say? You see she got on her shirt, right? The topic today was the broken pieces that made me whole. And I know some of you are probably saying, Dr. Vaughn, that's an oxymoron. I'm sure, because you also told me that when I wrote my last book that said the cutting that made me whole. But I proved to you then it is true, a true definition of how God works. And so I'm about to listen with me and Pastor Jay, literally going to have a conversation, and we're going to let y'all eavesdrop on it. So once again, welcome to the MOY with Dr. Vaughn. I am Dr. Shavonda Whitehead, and that is Pastor J. So listen, let's hop into it. Pastor J.
Hey, girl.
About this broken pieces.
Yes.
About this making me whole. First of all, when I say pieces, and you talk about the pieces of you, what's the first thing that pops in your head?
The first thing that pops in my head, sis, and I gotta calm down because I be on 5,900 miles, 9,000. Okay, so it's your girl Jay from Round the Way tonight. So I gotta give all I gotta give. But the first thing that I think about is the fact that we are all just made up of pieces. I think sometimes we always try to get to the whole of it all, right? Being whole, but we're really just made up of pieces. Like a glass of water is just made up of water drops. You get what I'm saying? And so no matter how they drop, you know what I mean? It fills the cup. So we are all just made up of a whole bunch of pieces. Some pieces we like, some pieces we don't, but they all are making us who we are. Hence this reason around. That's why I thought it was so amazing when I saw the topic, because it wasn't like I knew. I knew when I saw it what we was going to be talking about tonight. So I was like, okay, yes, God, all the pieces. And I think that's the first thing that drops in me is that quick reminder that everything has made you what you are. Not just the things that we like about us, but the things that we may not like so much about us. You know, all of those pieces are
Mm-hmm.
makings of us, the mistakes, the trials, the tribulations, not just the joys and the, you know what I mean, the congratulations, and you know, all of them make
Mm-hmm.
us who we are. So we are only made up of so many pieces. And that's why it's like the piece, you know, that's why my book is titled The Pieces of Me. I was like, okay, let's
Mm-hmm.
go.
Well, wait a minute. Let's not turn it over there real quick. So we talking about the pieces, and you gave the analogy of, the cup of water is made up a whole bunch of drops of waters, and you got to take the good and bad. So we're gonna talk right there. So how do you navigate appreciating the good and the bad, since
Mm.
they all pieces of you?
You already know I'm coming by faith. And I had to tell somebody the
Mm-hmm.
other day that you got to know who you talking to when you talk to me. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's like my faith will run circles around you. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And I
Yeah.
say that because the art of gratitude in faith, I think, has a lot to do with just embracing the pieces. And I
Mm-hmm.
mean the good pieces, but I also mean all of the ugly pieces. I love my ugly pieces. Can't nobody take my ugly pieces away from me. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I own
Yes.
them. I don't try to deny them. I don't try to act like they never existed. I don't try to, you know what I mean, suppress them anymore. You're right. They are mine. They are mine. And one
Listen.
thing's for certain, two things for sure. When you know who you are, can't nobody tell you who you are. When you own your set match, just like you do your congratulations, or I
Mm-hmm.
know it's another word I should be saying, but it ain't coming to my mind yet, so I'm using the word
It's fine.
congratulations.
Listen.
Maybe that's just gonna give it be your name, congratulations. So
But when
but
you're
when
talking
you
about
say,
let's stay there for a moment though, because when you're
okay,
talking about pieces though, the truth of the matter is we always want to celebrate. We want the congratulations, we want the good stuff, we want to celebrate all of that. But
yeah,
here's the problem with that. When you talking about a masterpiece, think about it. Let me paint this picture. A stained glass window is
that's
one of the
good.
most expensive windows you can purchase.
Mm-hmm.
A stained glass window is literally one of the most expensive windows that you can purchase. But
Yeah.
hear me in the Holy Ghost. It is made up of a whole bunch of different broken pieces that put together make a masterpiece that somebody wants to spend thousands of dollars for. In and of itself, that nasty, rugged little piece doesn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
But when you put all of those nasty, ugly pieces together of
Mm-hmm.
shattered stuff,
You
and you
take
put all that shatteredness together, it becomes a masterpiece that somebody want to drop a grand on.
you taking me right back to high school art class, right?
Yep.
When we had to make stained glass frames.
Mm-hmm.
And so they would give us, these whole things, you know what I mean, with the stained
Yes.
glass pieces. And they actually, in order for it to work, they had to be broken. And then we had to, curate this masterpiece, that you're talking about. So until you can embrace your brokenness,
Yep.
where you ain't trying to hide it, you know what I mean? And let me just talk about some of mine. You know what I mean? As much as I love all the things, the great things, you know what I mean, that God has done and is doing and will continue to do, I had to learn to embrace the not so great things, right? I had to
Right.
embrace the divorce. I had to embrace the setbacks. I had to embrace the betrayal. I had to embrace my bad decisions. I had to embrace the lies I told myself. I had to embrace, you understand? I had to embrace all of those things. I had to embrace the cancer. I had
Yeah.
to embrace sickness. I had to embrace trial
Hmm.
and tribulation. I had to embrace the repossession. I had to embrace, you know what I mean, the bill, the notices. I had to embrace all of this stuff. I had to
Right.
embrace the bills. I had
Good.
to embrace,
I had
you know what
to.
I mean, the times I could listen. I wasn't coming to growing. I had to embrace my mental incapacities. I had to embrace those things. I had to, I
Mm.
had to embrace all that stuff. I
Oh
had to
yeah.
embrace it. You know what I
You
mean?
had.
Like,
Oh, listen. It's a full embrace.
it's a full embrace. It's because, okay, okay, you want to go somewhere? Let's go here.
Listen, it's a full embrace because I'm already ready for you because we already here. We're already here because it's a full embrace. Why you
Mm,
doing it? Let me tell you why it's a full embrace because sometimes you got to go back to the broken 12-year-old before you can embrace the healed 34-year-old. And so
Yes.
when we're talking about embracing, we sometimes really got to be true that my owning my story means that I got to go address the young girl making grown girl decisions. I gotta really address that the fact that my age may say that I'm 35, but the
Right.
12-year-old girl that was molested, abandoned, and rejected is the one still making decisions at 35.
Yes.
So
Yes.
my brokenness means I gotta go back and embrace that some of my seasons, real talk, wasn't cute. Some of
No.
my seasons, I wish I didn't even have to embrace. But the
Mm-hmm.
truth of the matter is, if I don't embrace it, I'm literally, instead of embracing it, I'm gonna drag it.
Right.
So
And
if I don't
it's gonna keep
embrace it,
coming with you.
I'm just gonna keep dragging it to every season instead of embracing it and then allowing it to be healed.
I think there's a fear,
Mm-hmm.
right, that people have that I know I had. So I always like to talk about me, so nobody got to talk about them. But I had this fear of owning my truth. I'm not even talking about God's truth. I'm not even talking about the other person's side. I'm talking about me
Mm-hmm.
owning my truth. And in the book, I talk about it, the pieces of me. And there's a piece 40. It's one of my favorite ones. All
Mm-hmm.
of them are my favorite ones. But it's know your truth and your truth. We say know the truth and the truth shall make you free, right? And that
Mm-hmm.
would be, God's truth, because there's always your side, their side, and then there's God, right? Who is
Mm-hmm.
the ultimate truth bearer. But sometimes we don't even some the religiousness in us doesn't
Come
even
on here.
allow us to own our truth. That may not necessarily be the truth, but it is a truth. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you're so busy. I hope you know what I mean. I'm just gonna keep talking.
Yep.
Because sometimes we're so busy trying to protect.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Not even yourself, but just your circumstances. We don't ever want to look. We want to be cute about everything.
You don't want what? You don't never want to do what?
You'll never want to
Look.
you
See,
know my
it's the
mind is
image.
brain
No,
fog.
it's the image. You said it. You will
Yes,
never
the
want to look.
imagery.
Everybody is about image driven.
Yes.
So I gotta look like I speak in tongues every day. I gotta look like I'm ready to prophesy every day.
That
I
part.
gotta look like me and God is up there every day.
Yeah.
I gotta always paint this image that
Yeah.
I don't never feel down. I'm never struggling. I don't never want to quit. I don't never want to throw in the towel. I don't never want to go back to the old me. We always want this imagery. That's why God literally gave me this and said it's about authenticity and
Yeah.
boldness. Not that I'm settling. Listen,
Right.
not that I'm settling for what I'm struggling with, but I'm going to be true that somebody knows that this is my struggle, because I want you to see my struggle, but then I want you to see how I came out of it. But you can't celebrate. This is the problem. We can't really celebrate people's victories because they ain't never told us what they came through.
Absolutely. It's like, what we doing? Because I ain't doing that no more. I don't see that side.
I'm not doing that no more. Listen, I'm Dr. Vaughn, but I was Shavonna first.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm Pastor Vaughn, Prophet Vaughn, Dr. Vaughn, all them Vaughns. But I was Shavonna first. And the truth of the matter is, the woman sometimes got to go to herself in the mirror and talk through some stuff with herself.
Yes, yes. You have to talk through some things with yourself, okay? And I definitely had to talk through some things with me, because when you don't own your own truths, it leads to other things, right? And here I'm saying, I was telling you piece 40 because I talk about you may not be expecting this truth, but it's my truth. And the truth that I had that I talk about is there's nothing more cancerous, right, than being hurt by those you love. We think cancer is the physical sickness of things. And I had to talk about this broken piece of me because I just live to love everybody so much more always, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the truth of the matter is there is nothing more cancerous than being hurt by people that you love. And we're in the people business. We are peopling with people all day long. Some people just need to know how to maneuver and how to, you know what I mean, get through, with people, which can be cancerous. And that was more cancer to me than going to chemo. That was more cancer to me than going to radiation. That was more cancer to me. You understand what I'm saying? And those are the things that sit in our bodies, right? These broken pieces that we choose to just say we okay with and we okay about. And our body is still processing, right? which essentially for me causes the sickness,
Mm-hmm.
because it just lies dormant. But I was just talking about, girl, this is good, but that's a truth. That's my truth. Owning my truth of it, not being afraid to say no. That pissed me off. No, that made me mad. Right? Instead of saying, okay, no, I'm still not good on that, and I'm still not. We just like, okay, and
Yeah.
and the silence that lives within us begins to eat away at us, right? And we're not free, and we need the
Mm-hmm.
authenticity, because it's the authenticity that will definitely set people free. Some people say I'm too transparent, but what I just learned is that God can handle all of my vulnerabilities, and that
All of
there is
it.
nobody in this world who is above vulnerabilities. They say, don't cry, don't do this, don't do that, don't do it. But the people are experiencing at home these very same things. And what it is that they can't find nobody that look like them.
Wait, come on, wait a minute. Let's
I just
let's
want to keep
talk.
it real, sis.
Let's talk. Let's talk right here, because you know how many people that I have talked to that literally say to me all the time, Dr. Vaughn, I don't want to talk to them because they always up here. They make me feel like my situation is something wrong with me or whatever. But the problem is, let's be truth. One of my mentees is on here. She got a podcast called Truth Be Told. Truth be told,
Yeah.
most of them, when they finish putting on the facade for you, when they finish painting it all up, taking all the pictures and doing all this for you, the truth of the matter is most of them go home and don't even like themselves or don't even know themselves. Because let's get to this authenticity. You can't be authentic if everything you do belongs to somebody else.
Oh, well,
you can't be authentic. You can't be authentic if you keep altering yourself to look like somebody else, or altering yourself to sound like somebody else, or altering yourself to be like somebody else. I told somebody else the other day, what worked for you don't necessarily mean it's going to work for me. I can applaud you. I can look up to you, glean from you, but I don't have to envy you.
Yeah.
I'm not altering me to be you, because guess what? I had to learn the hard way. I did that for years. I had to learn the hard way. Let's be truthful, authentic. I had to learn the hard way that Dr. Vaughn was enough. I had to learn the hard way that no, my journey wasn't like all of theirs, but my oil is my oil.
Yeah.
My grace is my grace. And so whatever belonged to me is mine. And so therefore, I own it.
Yeah. It's
I
nothing
even
like
refuse
owning
to
it,
own it.
because I say, I mean, like now I just been saying, like, if you don't tell yourself who you are, then that's why a lot of people don't know who they are. When I say tell yourself who you are, I do mean literally getting in the mirror. I do literally mean telling yourself, you're amazing, but I also mean telling yourself when you're a hot mess. And that part, because what's missing from the authenticity is the need to be self-aware. We do not, we're busy seeing everything else. That's why we want to be like everything else, but we don't see ourselves. And it's so crazy, because I had one of my mentors told me the other day, I'm just talking. Sometimes I'm just talking. And more good nuggets drop out now when I just talk. Is that you are very self-aware. And I said, well, I don't know how to be nothing else. I said, and I'm glad I came to this part of myself, because it's not until when I can truly tell myself about myself, can't nobody tell me nothing. But you know what I mean? But if we stay stuck in those areas, in those realms where people just so praise us and this and that, girl, I do not get high off of words. Sometimes I think something may be wrong with me, but I've learned not to get high off of words. And when I say high off of words, people are always, looking for all of those. If you never say nothing, right? And sometimes you got to take it, you got to keep moving, because there's more, right? Because right after the sooner or later, it'll turn in your favor. Girl, you gonna turn around and listen, you had to turn around again. You're gonna have to turn around from something else. You're gonna be turning, right? You're gonna be turning. So, it's when you can be honest with yourself and really have some really self-awareness. And I ain't trying to get deep with it, whatever. I really talk to myself. And that's something that I was like, only crazy people did.
Then I've been crazy a while.
Crazy people talk to themselves. I'm never gonna be crazy. Girl, I'm just as crazy as the
crazy as a bit. I must be good and crazy, because I teach. So my mentees will tell you, I teach them mirror time.
Yes.
And part of my mentoring is called mirror time. What does that mean? You got to get in that mirror sometime and talk to the her you see.
Yes.
And I mean the her, not the her you want to see. you got to talk to the her you see.
Yeah.
You got to talk when you're looking at, you got to go and talk to her. Because
Yeah,
the only way she's gonna get to what you want to be is you gotta identify her, and then identify what you need to do to get to where you want to be.
and it's good so that we don't lose her.
Yeah.
Because you can go through
You
situations
can.
and circumstances where you literally lose yourself. You don't
Yeah.
even know, and I'm not talking about the big stuff. I'm talking about you don't even know your favorite color. You don't know what you want to eat. You just double-minded and unstable in all your ways. I speak about me, you know what I mean? Because that's where I was. You know, we think that sometimes we sit at the dinner tables and we go out to eat, and we just think that it's just a thing because you don't know what you want yet. No, it's because something is going on and you just don't know how to make a decision.
Mm-hmm. Listen.
You're just not sure of yourself. And I'm just saying, like, over time, I just begin to look at myself. And sometimes you can't see yourself till you're out of some things, right? Where you self-reflect. But you need that time to self-reflect. You need that time to be aware of who you are so that when people tell you, you're not offended. People are walking around with so much offense. It's really, help us, Jesus.
Listen.
Needles for nothing. But because they are so offended, and not because somebody has offended them, but because they're offended with themselves.
Yeah, because you just put a spotlight. You just put a spotlight. Your comment put a spotlight on something they didn't want to face. So now it's an offense. So now it goes from being offended to now you're the victim because you think somebody's picking on you when nobody's really picking on you. See, here's the thing: some of us don't know real love because we only know the love that's going to stroke us. We only know the love that's going to say, girl, go here. We only know the love that say, congratulations. We only know the love
of
that say,
agreement.
The love of agreement. There you go. But we don't know that real love is what does the word of God says? It's that whom he loves, he chases.
We don't want that part.
We say God, he says whom he loves, he chases. But then you get mad if someone who say they love you points out something you need to work on. No, I would rather you tell me that I need to work on it than to keep letting me put on a facade and now I look like a fool out here. Because I'm thinking, oh, I'm fooling everybody, and everybody like, she is terrible.
But you only can be a fool, but for so long. Because one of the things I like to say, and I'm not just talking about, talking at the people or I'm talking with, right? Like we only can be fools for so long because I always say it will always show itself. Everything will always, everything, all the hidden things will always come to the surface. It will always come to the light. The fact of that matter is when it surfaces and when it comes to the light. But there is nothing that is going to be left to be hidden about who you are. So if you don't know it, it will always, and if somebody tries to help you out and tell you you don't receive or whatever it is, it's going to come back around again. It's going to keep coming around until you deal, with that part of yourself. I had to be okay with not trying to stop blaming myself for the decisions of others. And I don't just mean others, but I mean, let me go a step further. The people that walk the closest with me. You know what I mean? It's like because you walk so closely with people, when they do things that maybe not of your fault or God could be speaking or whatever the case may be, you feel like it's your fault. When they go another way,
you take it.
Or they make a bet or whatever the case may be. But that's a part of my truth. I had to learn to know that I'm not responsible for the decisions and the actions of other people, whether you walk close with them or not, because you only usually feel it when it's in close proximity, because we feel everything from the people that are closest to us, right? So that was one of the things, that was a big piece that I had to get rid of, because it will always send me into a space of blame and shame in myself. And I'm like, I ain't even the one doing it. I ain't even
listen.
What I meant, what?
You feel like a failure because you take it on.
Because we like the idea, right? We like the idea of who we want people to be. We believe that instead of believing that they are who they really are.
Yeah.
And we don't make space and we don't make grace for all of these things. Not for them, but for ourselves.
For ourselves. You got to learn that grace, that space of grace. space
I'm
of
telling
growth.
you the truth. I'm really trying to learn, not learn, right? Because I should know this, but here lately with God, I've really been asked, Lord, teach me how to pray for myself again.
That part.
And you would think after all the hell I've been through, you girl, you got that down pat. But some kind of when your life is centered around, being lived and being on a whole assignment for him and God, I gotta pause right here. I need to pray for me.
Yeah, you get
What
so
about
used to
you?
praying for everybody. You get so used to praying for everybody and interceding and making sure everybody's okay and making sure everybody good, jumping in warfare and trying to help, that sometimes you'll look back and realize you went a whole week and you ain't prayed nothing for you.
Ain't
You
ain't
done gone a
something for
whole
me.
week.
So now I try to not try. I'm being very intentional about it. I think it was in my stories or something today. I went in the store. I'm talking to God you know what I mean? I'm talking about me to him everywhere I go.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I was moving my mouth and the people was looking at me and I was like, I'm good. I'm just talking to God. And then the lady was just like, well, can you talk to him about me too? I was like, oh, okay. Let me pause and do that right here so I don't feel like I got to take that with me. Okay,
Right.
here you go, Lord. Stand in the need of prayer. Now let me and you continue our conversation. So I
Yeah,
won't forget
it's real.
about myself. And so
It is.
that's a hard piece.
It's a real hard piece, and sometimes because you don't pray for yourself, you don't get to release what don't belong to you.
Yes.
So because you don't pray for yourself and you're so used to, because you genuinely in your heart want the best. And so because you pray for them so much and pray for everybody so much and you never pray for yourself, you carry all of that all throughout the week until it just hits you.
Yeah.
Until it just hits you. And so I want to lean in. So we talking about the authenticity and the boldness. So how do you stay true to Jay?
You said, how do I say true to me?
Yeah, how do you stay true? Like how in this in the world that really wants to change you from being you.
Hmm.
How do you stay true? We talking about owning your story. You know what you've overcome. You know you are the survivor. You know you are. You know you survived cancer. You survived divorce. You just survived all of that. We you have all of those stories. So when you package all that up together and who you stand today, how do you stay true to you when there's so much out of here pulling you to be different, to be something else?
In the moments when I'm with myself, I allow myself to just be. I allow myself to be honest. I allow myself to feel whatever I want to feel. I allow myself with God to cuss if I need to. I allow myself to shout, scream and holler if I need to. I know that's probably going to ruffle
Mhm.
a whole lot of feathers and stuff, but I ain't checking for it because what I know about God is that He handles every part of me. I allow myself, I simply allow myself to be whatever I need to be, the human me, because it gotta come. Because if I let it sit in me, it like I said, it eats away. But it's not until I'm able to just be what I need to be in the moments that I'm
Mhm.
feeling. And going through cancer actually really taught me that,
Mhm.
right? Like I didn't really learn that part until then because when I first started out, you know what I mean, being deep and under the water, it was like, give me the prayer shawls and give me the things, right? Let me lay on the floor. And the Holy Spirit was like, sis, I'm ready to take you through this thing.
Right.
It was really eye-opening for me.
Come
No,
on.
I be the patient. And so in those moments, I allow myself to be absolutely humane because what I'm learning is that in my humanity, it helps me to be relatable to other people.
That part.
It helps me to let them know, hey, you're not alone. So some things I'm going to have to experience, right? I'm going to have to feel. I'm going to have to, the bear this cross in this way, like Jesus did, so that
Mhm.
we could understand where we were, where
Oh
we
yeah.
are, where we're going, how we,
Listen,
all of the things.
all
So,
of it.
to be like Jesus, right? So I'm just saying that I don't allow myself to lie to myself any longer. I don't allow myself to tell me I'm okay if I'm not. And sometimes I fail at that still, but it's a process. It's a, you know,
it's a journey.
You don't have to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, be okay with not being okay. Because sometimes I'm absolutely not. Sometimes I really just need, you know what I mean? And it matters where you have these moments. Like most times I'm by myself. It's me and God. I don't have to worry about nobody judging me being me. Nobody judging me feeling what I'm feeling. Nobody judging, you know, me rolling my eyes or feeling that I'm frustrated or I am discouraged. And I am, you understand what I'm saying? I may be depressed. I may be, you know, really, I don't allow myself to lie to myself no more. I don't allow myself to church myself out of it either. Just shout right here and you be all right. I done shouted, I done prayed, I done been on the floor, and I'm going home and I'm still feeling the same way.
But that's been a major thing because so being Dr. Vaughn, you people look at you crazy when you about to zap, or they look at you crazy when you're not speaking in tongues and you ain't ready to give a word. No, I don't feel like it because my team will tell you all the time. Sometimes my alter ego, her name is Lakeisha.
Okay.
Sometimes she about to pop off. She'll be sitting on my shoulder. And I have to realize that sometimes I gotta go sit by myself because the truth of the matter is I am human. I'm not always speaking in tongues. Yes, I do. Me and God we communicate every day. He know my name, I know his. Yeah. But there are some times when stuff gets so heavy that the woman is tired.
Yes.
The woman is like, I'm done. The woman is like, all right, I don't want to do this no more. The woman is like, y'all can have this church, y'all can have this preaching, y'all can have this everything. The woman is like, no, I'm done. I'm tired of being beat up. I'm tired of being misunderstood. I'm tired of being lied on. I'm tired of being talked about. I'm tired of the unrealistic expectations that people have on me that they don't even have on themselves. And sometimes you get to that moment, and it's funny that you said it wasn't until that I finally gave myself place to be. Literally, people like, what? Yes, I was 41 before I ever learned how. Let me be transparent, before I ever learned how to just be. I was literally 41 years old before I ever literally learned how to say no. The day ain't a good day. I'm staying home because guess what? I'm not going to be fake. So no, I'm not going to church. I'm not going to this fifth service. I'm not going to the revival. I don't want to hang out. Matter of fact, I'm not even answering my phone. My phone going on do not disturb. Right here in this moment, I just want to sit in my room. Yes, the blinds are closed. Yes, I'm underneath the covers because I'm just having a moment. Yeah, I'll get myself together, but I'm being true to my moment. But here's the problem. None of us want to be true to our moment, but I can't stand strong in what y'all see until I be true to the moments where I don't want to be.
Yes.
I can't be true to what y'all see until I deal with the moment I don't want to be.
Yeah, that is so good. That is so good. And that is what I think is like, I think everybody has that part that they have to play, right? Like, you know, sometimes I get stuck in it. It's like, you know, well, Lord, what do you want me to be doing? You know, I want you to be you, okay? Because I feel like sometimes, and just growing up in church and just everything, and I love my foundations. I love everybody. I love everything. But we really have to show people how to live. We show them the parts. We show them how to do church. You know, sometimes the people that I may admire or I may see or whatever the case may be, sometimes I wish you would just show me how you having a good time, though. Show me how, you know, show me how to really live this abundant life, right? Outside, you know, but those are the parts that we have been taught so much to. Don't let people see that. Don't, you know, as if you're doing something crazy and wrong or whatever. But a lot of people that are losing hope because it's not what they see. I hope I'm making sense.
No, you are. You are. You
like one day, you know, when me and my husband had our anniversary, and we went to spend a day together, and I posted what I did, and I was like, please don't play with me. It's called a bathing suit. It's a 2-piece, and I'm going to swim with my husband, right? Because people believe not. What are you wearing to the beach?
Well, wait a minute. So you mean I can put on my 2-piece?
Huh?
I can put on my 2-piece and post it.
I'm just saying we're not teaching people how to be. I'm not saying to be trans.
I'm only joking.
This woman, you
Yeah.
know, who thinks highly of herself.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be what the world is saying, but even in God, you can be beautiful and you
Absolutely.
can love yourself and you can embrace who you are, because you got people crazy that's sitting at the pool with the doily on and the stockings and the skirts and what I did when I was young coming, and no, it's too hot for that. I'm just saying, you
Wait a
know.
minute, did you say at the pool with the doily?
Huh?
You said at the pool with the doily, mercy Christ.
I'm just saying, listen.
I'm only, no, I've seen it. I've
You
seen
was
it.
wearing that skirt and you was wearing it forever.
Yeah.
Until you come
it.
into a relationship with a God who is not concerned about those things. Okay, until you meet him for yourself. And I'm not saying to be out here and flaunting and showing all your 1, 2, 3, 4, or whatever the case may be, because right, I'm absolutely married, so my husband is my covering. As long as he's straight, I'm always gonna, you know what I'm saying, check in and make sure. But we have people who don't know how to be. We have people. Jesus is a good time. You know what I mean? His word is a good. They was at the parties. They had the feast. They had the thing. It wasn't always speaking in tongues and a 1, 2 and a teaching lesson and all this stuff and all. It wasn't always that. So then how? Because I'm living all the other day. I'm living. I'm out here in life, and we out here and we're living.
Mm-hmm.
We're out here and we're living.
Yeah.
So show me that you can live too. So I appreciate when Dr. Shavana, or when, you know what I mean, when the likes of other, you know, great, because you are the great, you know what I'm saying? When people really show us how to live.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why they're doing it wrong. That's why there is drug. That's why they're all lust. That's why there is all of those things, because we don't show
right.
The right way. If I make sense, we don't show that there is a way, and there's a right way to that.
Absolutely.
Right? So I don't mind you churching me down your timeline every single time, but I would love to see, are you out somewhere? Where you going? Is there any life there other than that? I mean, I hope
but the truth of the matter is that you're absolutely right. That's why they don't know how to live. So that's why they're, is because us them how he said, I come that you may have life and life more abundantly. That means I got to live outside the four walls. That means I got to live. I'm not always toting my Bible. I'm not always quoting scriptures, because like you said, the feast. So when is the last time your church just had a picnic? When is the last time y'all just put on some music and sat down and ate? You know, when is the last time you went to your family reunion, or you too saved because they might play some music so you can't go? When is the last time that you went to the carnival or took your kids to the fair or
to the show to see your singer? You know, this.
Girl, I just went to see Fantasia.
Girl, I was there too, sis. And it's that's my cousin, girl. I was a good time.
You know, but and still, and with him and myself, it doesn't alter my identity. It does not alter my grace. It does not alter my oil, because I still stand flat-footed in who I am. Because the funny thing is, and they laugh at me all the time, I can even be at those places and end up ministering to somebody.
Girl, we so already know bittersweet is a whole sermon. We already know you got to lose and win again is victory. You know, it's like it, but to teach them to have the mind of Christ.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, you gotta have the mind of Christ.
It is, and sometimes
other things tend to seep in, and then you know what I mean. But the world is definitely teaching them everything. You know, there's no balance. You know, and then we suggest that there shouldn't be, and I'm just tired.
You know, and so the last thing I want to say to you, I want to literally hone on. So now that you've conquered the divorce. So don't worry, y'all. She'll be back for another part. This is just the inaugural. So you've conquered the divorce. You've conquered cancer. You've become an author. You've conquered starting a church, being a church planner.
Girl, come on through here with this.
You've conquered accepting your authenticity because you don't fit into everybody's mold. So you've conquered all of that. And now here we are in 2024. Now that you've conquered that and you've tapped into your authenticity, you now stand in your boldness. Now, how do you really own your story without reliving it?
Because I'm free, and he who the Son sets free is free indeed. So these pieces that I talk about, I can talk about them with a smile on my face. I don't have to talk about them, with tears running down my cheek, right? I
Mm-hmm.
leave. It's not so bitter for me anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I won't still have things that I have to face and things, right now that I have to do, things that are going on. But, I'm gratitude. I'm thankful for everything. I'm thankful for
Mm-hmm.
every lesson. I'm
Yeah.
thankful for the blessings. I'm thankful. I get so thankful about everything. I
Mm-hmm.
start to, if people don't know it or not, if you follow me, and I've been like sharing it because I thought it was like a quirky kind of thing. But when you learn to appreciate life, right? I start to, connect with things that I love outside, outdoors, the trees, different things that just excite me. I am so free.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
You just gotta come with it when you talking to me. I just don't know what to tell the people, but
Yeah.
I'm just so free. I'm so free about those things. They don't. It's not a hindrance to
Mm-hmm.
me. Sometimes the enemy tries to allow the weapons to form, but they never prosper. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
and so that's the thing. Recently, it's been knowing who I am. The more and more you come into it, and I can see what people could kind of say like it could be sensed as arrogance or whatever the case may be, but you really just confident because you can't even listen to that noise. You have to
Nope.
really know who you are, right?
I
And
just
you
know who
can't
I
let
am.
people try to define. People will try to define you. People will try to tell you who you need to be, who you should look like, all of these things. But you got to know you for yourself, and
Yeah.
that's big because I think I said this the other day. We might got to do a shirt about it. I don't know, but I was like, fumble me and find out. And I kept hearing it, and I'm like, Lord, well, what does because everything is just so relative, and it's me and Jesus. Like he be saying this stuff to me, and it was just like fumble me and find out.
Mm.
And I was like, God, but I don't even have scripture for that. What is it? And he began to say, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. And every time that
What you
rises,
say, God?
he began to encourage me in that. And when I say that, I just mean to the fact of I know who I am.
Mm-hmm.
So if anything, and I don't just mean a person, I mean if anything fumbles me, you will find out
Yeah.
because I know who I am. I
Yeah.
know I'm not perfect. I know I don't dot every T. What is it?
Dot
Dot
every I, cross every T.
girl. They know what it means. Cross the T. Thank
And
you.
dot the I.
Cross the T and dot the I. Jesus,
Yeah.
right? It's not about perfection. It's just about knowing who you are. It's just about you can't even let a lie, girl. Let the lie do what the lie gonna do. It's gonna lie. It's supposed to lie because it's a lie. So let the lie lie. You can't get caught up in that. You have to be so secure in
Mm-hmm.
who you are and whose you are that nothing phases you anymore. And for the last thing, my husband said this to me. TJ said this to me. He was like, "Oh, he on there? Oh, hey, babe." That might say he was sure say he was. Hey, honey, I love you so much. And it really was good to me. You know how sometimes you say in life when you go through things that you're never surprised. I'm never surprised at what. I'm more surprised at who.
That part.
But he came to me the other day and he said, you need to grow to another level where you're not surprised at what, and you can't be surprised at who. You just can't be surprised.
Yeah. That's
And
that's
that
true.
really spoke volumes to me. So
Yeah.
maybe that's the part that I'm in right now too, because I guess when you could deal with when you the what and the who, then it just don't even matter.
But that's the part that I'm learning now is, and that was just confirmation, is I'm really learning not to be surprised at what or who.
Yes.
And the way that I'm handling that I can actually own my story without reliving it is I no longer see myself as a survivor. I see myself as a conqueror. Let me
Yeah.
tell you why. The reason why is because the Lord gave me a revelation before. Surviving something means I made it through. Conquering something means I took the power out of what tried to take the power out of me.
Come on, conqueror.
And so for me, the way I own my story is I no longer just say I survived it. No,
Mm-hmm.
I conquered it because now it no longer has power over me. So I can talk about what they did with a
Yeah.
smile. I can talk about how they abandoned me and not cry. I
Yeah.
can talk about how they abused me and it not faze me, it not upset my mood. Why? Because I've now graduated from the survivor to the conqueror.
Yes.
Because at first I just was worried about making it through. I don't want to be here anymore. God
Mm.
said, that ain't what I called you to. I didn't call you just to survive.
Yes.
I called you to take dominion back over what was trying to take dominion over you.
And that's
And
not
so therefore now I'm a conqueror. So when I stand, it's not arrogance. I just know my power. I have
yeah.
now, what we were talking about, unleashed. I've now unleashed what was suppressed by the anger, what
Yes.
was suppressed by the hurt, what was suppressed by the insecurities, what was suppressed by the fear, what was suppressed by the
Jesus.
opinions of others. Now I'm totally free. So now my power is like, bam, my power is popping it now,
Yeah.
not with arrogance, but now I can be. And I can be while I'm becoming.
Mm. Girl, we is conquerors. And matter of fact, you know, I'm a conqueror too, girl.
Yes,
I'm gonna put the conqueror. I gotta put the conqueror now because you
yes.
have said a whole lot. And matter of fact, God said we more than a conqueror. So
Ain't that what the Bible say?
and I love it. I love it. And you really helped me because I would feel bad sometimes that I'm not, you know, so over, you know what I mean? I went through the trail, blazed the trail, on the trail, all these trails, right? And it's like, well, am I leaving the trail behind? But it's just what you're saying. You have conquered it now. It essentially has to surrender and submit to who you are.
Mhm.
Oh, Jesus, that's a good time.
That's a good time, ain't it?
And it takes us back, right? I know we can't theology and everything this thing to the original, God's original intent for things
We
anyway.
had dominion. We were supposed to have dominion from the beginning.
Girl, we just,
All right now. Don't do that.
I
All
dropped
right. I already told y'all that this was an organic conversation. I already told y'all that when me and Pastor Jay get together, it's
yeah,
gonna be a time. I already told you what it was gonna be. And so listen, this
I
is
just want
our
to say happy
inaugural.
birthday.
Oh, thank you so
You
much.
are
My
the gift.
birthday is
You
Saturday.
are a gift to so many people. You have no idea.
Thank
Even
you.
the ones that won't even tell you. So, girl, you are a gift to this world in so many ways, shapes, and forms. And you deserve everything. You
Thank
deserve. You conqueror you.
you. I'm a little conqueror. Yes. And I'm so thank you so much for walking with me through this inaugural thing. When the Lord told me to do a podcast, I was like, God, what are you talking about? I didn't even want to do the talking, just talking. Now you want to bring somebody else on the screen. You want me to talk? Okay, God, now come on now. But literally the Lord told me it's these spaces.
Yeah.
It's these spaces of authenticity that's going to bring healing.
Yeah.
Somebody literally going to be saved. Somebody going to be healed. Somebody going to give God a chance again. Somebody
Yeah.
going to try to go after their vision again. Somebody going to try again simply through conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And because the spirit already flowing simply through conversation.
Yeah.
And so literally, I thank you for being my inaugural guest on the MOY, the More View with Dr. Vaughn. Listen, y'all, stay tuned. Literally every 2 weeks, we will have a different conversation with somebody. Literally, it's we're just impacting. I
Yeah.
don't care if it's one person on here. I don't care if it's 20. I don't care if it's 200. We're having a conversation because I believe somebody needs to hear something that was said that's going to reignite something and going to allow them to be a conqueror. That's
Yeah,
all
girl.
I want. They
Come
want
on.
them to be a conqueror.
That's right.
And
Drop that.
so in these last few minutes, Pastor Jay, I want you to hold up your book. Hold up
Oh,
your book. So
I'm working on volume 2 now.
she honestly she only bought one, but she has two books. So she has there to go. So she has the pieces and she got Fight Like a Girl. Listen, y'all, it's full transparency and everything, and she's working on another one. I want you guys, if you're not already connected to Pastor J, I want you to connect to Pastor J. She's Jewel Veronica Allen on Facebook. On Instagram. What's your Instagram?
I'm on Instagram. What's my Instagram? I don't know my. Is it only one? Only one JV.
Only one JV on
probably find me
Instagram.
under Pastor J.
And so I want y'all to stay connected because here's the thing. The only thing that's going to bring real healing in this season is transparency and authenticity. Mm-hmm. We can no longer fake it. We can no longer dress it up. We can no longer be walking bloody messes.
Yeah.
We can no longer be all dressed up and we leaving a trail behind because we're really shattered. It's now time to get healed for real so that we can move from surviving to conquering so that now we can then pay it forward to help somebody else. Yes. And so, y'all, I hope that y'all will join me again every 2 weeks. We will have another guest on right on here. Stay tuned to us. If you haven't already subscribed, you can go right down there at the bottom of the screen to that website. Subscribe to www.shavonnawhitehead.com. There is multiple things coming through the pipe over the course of the next 60 days, and I want you to stay connected to us. And so, listen, get your copy of the book. If I have a few books that are on my website, you can go to my website and grab it. But listen, we're out here working, and this is not the last time you're going to see Pastor J, because little does she know, I already got something in my mind that we're going to partner with in 2025. And
I just didn't want to show off tonight. I hope I was on best behaviors.
Oh, this is authenticity. It's not about best behavior.
Okay.
And so I love each and every one of you. Make sure if you haven't already done so, like and share this, like and share this, like and share this. If they don't have Facebook, you can go to our YouTube channel, Dr. Shavonna Whitehead, and you can tell them to watch it on YouTube. But anyway, get it to somebody so that they can know that the broken them can still make them whole. And so stay connected to us, and we will see you next time. Stay right there, and we'll see you next time.